Hello. Holy shit. Everybody hear me? Sounds good? Good, yeah. Good morning. I know. Everybody can watch and hang out now that everyone's ordered to be home. How is Bill Kelleher? Bill Kelleher is a gentleman and an awesome dude. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is staying safe. I'm in the Seattle area where, as of today, all the businesses, all the restaurants, everything but grocery stores and pharmacies are now shut down. It's been pretty wild up here. I mean, I know it's wild everywhere, but it's been pretty wild in the Seattle area. I'm good. So we got off tour 2 weeks ago, and I flew home, and I got sick. I got really sick. I had my mom's wake to go to directly after that, and I went to the doctor, and I have bronchitis, or I'm on the tail end of it, so I'll cough every once in a while, but other than that, I'm okay. And it's supposed to last up to 3 weeks, but I had really, really bad bronchitis mostly last week. Oh man, it was horrible. But when you go to the grocery store, it's funny because even if you just clear your throat, people are like, it's like, I don't know. Where did my pick go? Ah. Anyway, I hope everyone is safe. Oh, Robert Baker's in the house. Now I'm feeling all right. I have a little bit of a cough. It's a dry cough. It's a throaty thing. Other than that, I'm fine. Yeah, what's with the toilet paper thing? I don't understand. Yeah, so I have a lot of work to do. So I guess that kind of works out. The amount of stuff that was waiting for me when I got home was incredible. Amount of boxes and stuff. And guitars just keep coming. For example, this brand new Mark III Keith Merrow. Showed up a couple days ago. And it's just a stunning guitar. I mean, Robert, I'm basically terrified of you anyway, so I think that I saw an article about the toilet paper thing, and it was like, people's primal primal fears kick in, and like it's like the worst nightmare and have a phobia about it or something. Plans on restarting Patreon? No, not really. It was a pain to do, honestly, and Patreon doesn't make it any easier. I couldn't do the things I wanted to do anyway. What was the set for the Used tour? We haven't heard you play Roots or Hardest Drug. No, we were not playing those songs. Instead, we went with Chelsea. The next time we go out, we are playing the Hardest Drug. That has been added to the set. Roots, we probably won't play live anytime soon because that's in drop D. That's a half step up, and we don't want to bring a ton of guitars out on the road with us. How do you mic your drums for your in-ear mix? We do not. I think Kalen has a trash mic underneath his throne, but other than that, we're not playing. I mean, even the big places, dude, we were playing like a 3,500 cap room on a giant stage. I could still hear the drums enough. So, and then from the house PA, that sound still comes everywhere. It's like you can still feel the kick, you can still hear the snare. So it's not so isolated where you can't hear the drum kit. I think a lot of people miss that. What's the story with all the new Git fiddles you've been getting? So if you've been keeping up on my Instagram, I've just been getting a ton of guitars in. There's 3 PRS guitars arriving tomorrow. My life, man. Basically, all these guitar companies right after NANN were like, "Can we send you stuff for demos? Let's do some demo stuff. Let's do some videos." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm gone, guys." So the second I got back from tour, I'm like, "Okay, I'm back." And so then the floodgates have opened for guitars. So I have 3 PRS coming tomorrow. 2 Schecter guitars arrived day before yesterday. Yesterday, I got 2 Sterling guitars, a Jason Richardson and a JP Majesty. And then there's been a Music Man Sabre, which is in the rack over there. Crazy. I have so much work to do. Bonjour from France. Dude, what's up? I hope you're staying safe. What's my opinion on the Mark Holcomb PRS SE? It's awesome guitar. Sounds good too. This FAQ Monday is sponsored by Quilted Northern. No, it's not. I wish it was, though. It'd be sick. How hilarious would it be to have a toilet paper sponsor? For my shitty videos. That wasn't a very good joke. I have played solo guitars. They are lovely. How long would you say it takes to film a guitar lesson or guitar video? Um, it depends. If there's a song, like a mixed song, that's what takes forever. The actual execution and filming of the rest of the stuff, the talking, the playthrough, takes a couple hours for me. I'm pretty dialed in my process. On a good day, I can start in the morning and have nothing, and then by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, I've edited the video and it's done. That's when I'm really cooking, though. How does a band at the level of Drake Under handle lighting on tour? We do not. We give the lighting guy at any venue some tips and some cues. Other than that, we don't handle any of that stuff. Because we're not headlining, we can't bring our own lights. Is that song from the Synergy Bogner video going to be turning into a Dragged Under song? It is in the demos that we are doing for album number 2. If it'll make it all the way through the gauntlet, I have no idea. Do amps with the same tubes sound the same? They do not. Richard Sly, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Your question is, when tracking and reviewing your takes, how do you feel with buffer settings and popping, etc.? So frustrating. I do not have to deal with that because the way I track, I plug into either the Universal Audio Apollo interface so I can monitor directly, and I don't have to worry about the DAW crackling and popping from the buffer settings, or I'll plug straight into either the Helix or the Axe-Fx and just DI out of that and track the DI from the Fractal or the Helix while listening to the affected sound of either of those processors, if that makes sense. If you guys were to headline, would you control the lights via MIDI, or would you still have a light guy? We would probably do the lights via the MIDI thing, but we don't have any programmed right now because we don't plan on doing a headline thing yet. We have a lot of touring to do, and we have some very, very, very big things happening internally with the band. So there's lots of stuff that we have to wait for, and then this thing happened. We're going to hit it hard late this year, and then probably go over to Europe next year. Fishman Modern Fluence or Seymour Duncan SH6? My personal taste. I like the SH6. It's the JB, right? I love the JB. But I would pick Voice 2 of the OpenCore Classics over both of those. Thanks for hanging out, man. Hey, Fluff, how many guitars do you have in total now? I don't know. I think it's almost 30. Not a question, but Dragged Under blew up hard. Thank you. Yeah, that tour kind of changed things for us. A lot of things are happening that I can't talk about yet, but things are about to get even bigger. Very, very exciting things happening. I would plug it in, but the Axe-Fx is unplugged in the back because I've been gaming it up and I've been playing Far Cry, so the sound from the Xbox is going into the SPDIF. Oh, this H6 is the distortion. The distortion's good. I picked the Modern Fluence over that. What kind of van did we use for the used tour? It's a Chevy Express 3500. This KM is the import. This is the South Korea. Where are the tellies on Flush Channel? I've had the Friedman telly on several times. Back in the day, I had a well, I still have it. It's in the it's in storage, but I have a Fender telly. Top 3 UAD plugins. Ooh. Engel Savage 120 for guitar tones. I love the Distressor. And I love the Pultec EQ. Have I heard the new Monument song? I have not. When writing for Dragged Under, you mentioned demos. Do you guys track ideas and send to each other to review? How do you intro new song ideas? Basically, we throw everything into a catch in our Dropbox. Most of the time, it's just a riff. When it's time to formally write for Dragged Under, there are several elements that go into it. The reason why we sound like we do is like it sounds like a hodgepodge is because it's literally a hodgepodge of stuff. We co-write with our producer Hiram Hernandez. He brings a lot to the table. He organizes a lot of our riffs and has a lot of ideas to tie them together. So we'll record whatever we have ourselves, riff, full song, whatever, and then we will all sit down together and then go over them and with a fresh project and pick and choose and cherry pick the riffs that we use for that will become a Dragged Under song. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for the kind words, Stephen. Any advice on starting a band? Do it with people you can be around a while and that you can trust. Don't waste your time on shitty bandmates. Do you think the Precision Drive sounds the same as the old Pro-Tone Misha Mansour pedal? If not, what's your opinion? The Precision Drive is a TS-808 tube screamer underneath. It's a regular tube screamer with a noise gate and a high pass filter knob. That's all that is, which is great. I love the TS-808, but it's not a magic. It's not some magical, unique overdrive. It's a TS-808. After touring with your Matrix Power Amp, any upgrades in mind or happy with the Matrix? No, as far as the Matrix goes, I'm very, very happy with it. My touring rig is going to stay the same, except for the wireless. I took out the Line 6 G90. I was having some issues with it. And I have replaced it with a Sennheiser G4 guitar wireless, which I'm loving. Can you make a song called Rats? Ghost already did that. Is Gent dead? No, unfortunately not. Yes, I will be making more Ray to Roast My Rigs. So we run some reinforcement tracks live. So I have a question about roots again. Like in the intro, the whoa, 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 like that would be backtracked, and like little things like that. We would still be playing the song, obviously, but all of that stuff would be pitched up. So we have to transpose all of those things down as well. It might be possible. We'll probably play it someday, but I doubt it. It's so sample heavy. How do you feel about Sterling guitars? I feel like in the past 2 years, they've really tried to step up their game. I agree they have really stepped up their game. I just got two. I just got the JP yesterday, and I also got the Jason Richardson Sterling models. They're very, very nice. Tips for tracking. Tracking my first EP tomorrow. Tune often, change your strings often. Do you think the KSR series is worth the $400 price tag? I do. It's like an amp and a pedal. Dragged Under and Tosca would be a killer tour. I agree. Be so sick. Holding down relationship during tour. Was it difficult? Yes. Being gone 2 months does not go very well in a relationship. But my lady is awesome, so... Is Josh still co-hosting on the channel? He is not. He's too busy. He's too cool. Mostly too busy. What's up from Russia? What's up, man? Bronchitis. Oxbox or 2 notes? I use the Oxbox. I actually sold my 2 notes. Can you tag some of these guys in Radio Roast? I could, but they sent me an email, so... I need to figure out a way to properly do a live Radio Roast. Like, you guys send me stuff, like, in some sort of chat, and I'm just, like, wrecking you guys. Will Dragged Under do a tour in Europe soon? We will be over there next year. 2021, we will be coming over to Europe. Are you a fan of the band Intervals? I love Intervals. Aaron is a sweetheart and a homie. Just do a tour with those Rest Repose guys. They're all right. Ha! I did see that Code Orange live streamed a concert the other day. Pretty cool. Ever have issue with noise gates with plugins? Not really. You just gotta be careful. Mr. Tone King, what's up, dude? Favorite JHS pedal? The Bonsai. What noise gate am I running these days? I just changed it out. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I did. I did 2 things, actually 3 things in my rig, my live rig. The Pictronics was cool. It's not quite fast enough. I changed it out for a mini ISP Decimate. And then I also changed out the Electro Harmonix Pog, and I put a drop pedal with the octave setting for the octave. In, the main riff of Riot and Instability. Cockblocker or Zool noise gate? I have not tried the Zool, although the Cockblocker is very, very, very good. Did I get to check out the Neural Quad Cortex at NAMM? Thoughts? I did get to check it out. It sounded very good. It wasn't my guitar, and it was through some headphones in a very noisy environment, so take that for what you will, but it was very, very cool. I had a lot of options. I love the intuitiveness of the user interface. It was very Helix-like, and I mean that in a good way. Very well thought out. And it was a really cool piece of kit. How long ago did you start learning to scream? Your background vocals weren't great on the video on Jared's channel, but from the tour, they sounded awesome. I learned at the starting of tour. Our bass player Hans is a vocal teacher, and he basically taught me how to scream on tour. And I'm still not great at it, but I can get the job done. Sign any boobs on tour? Yeah, a couple. Have you ever tried the Plini plugins? Yes, they're amazing. Thank you for stopping by, Ice Tabs. Do I do mixing and mastering for bands? Sometimes when I have time, I do. Other than that, I refer them to Mr. Josh Wildhorn. Andres, thank you from Uruguay. Cheers from Tacoma, Seattle area. How do you feel about the Aristides guitars? They're awesome. They have a unique feel, they have a unique sound. They have a lot of very low frequency, low end, which is nice. I like that. When writing riffs for Dragged Under, you say you think of the live show. What do you think makes a good crowd-pleasing riff? Something that's not overcomplicated. The thing that people miss about writing songs. So if you want to play big shows and have people react to your music, it can't be, it can't be prog. And I'm talking about, regular crowd-going, concert-going folks. Like Tom Morello once said about Rage Against the Machine, it's the simplest riff. It's something that people can jump up and down to, then it'll go over really well. Neil, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on Randy Rhoads? Play some Ozzy Ref. I love Randy Rhoads as a player. I think his guitar tone is awful. But he's incredible as a player, and his legendary status is well-deserved. I'm in drop D, so... I can play that stuff. We just got a Line 6 Helix for our home studio. Any recommendations on good metal presets? Build your own presets. I have a video coming out. Building a high gain tone, get IRs. Get ML Sound Lab impulse responses. That's going to make the night and day difference with your Helix. Thoughts on Death and Chuck Schuldiner? I've never listened to Death. Sorry. Chuck's guitar was pretty cool, though. I know who Chuck is. Adam D is in the house. Probably not Adam Ducktowitz. But still. Budget 7 string. Any of the Schecter stuff. Have you ever played up in BC? Any Canadian plans? We're going to be all over the world next year. Did you study at college to learn about the tech side of music? I did not. Oh, it's Logan. Hello, Logan. I have known Logan longer than most people in my adult life. It's true. I recommend ML IRs for all modelers, including the Headrush. They're phenomenal. You listen to Chone a little bit. I'm not really into that kind of music, but I think they're fantastic musicians. Thoughts on Local H? Cool band from the 90s. We played a venue and the sound guy said Local H had been there the night before, and wherever they go in the Midwest, I think they're from, or the South, they sell out like this. They always play this venue, like their home venue, and they always instantly sell it out. STL Tone amp sims versus UAD amp sims. They're both very, very good. I like the UAD stuff a little bit better, but that's splitting hairs. The STL Tone stuff is very, very good. Just wanted to say thanks for all your great videos. Thank you, Jason. I think the HX Stomp is the ideal flying rig. Seeing a lot of performers at NAMM, including yourself. Yes, HX Stomp is so awesome. Best Neural DSP amp sim in your opinion? Oof. The Nolly one's pretty fucking good. Best opener you guys saw on tour? What? Is that a trick question? How often do you see yourself using the Synergy stuff? I use the Synergy stuff sometimes. It's hanging out here in my guitar desk, and I stare at it every day. Hello, Jonathan. Favorite band of the 90s? Ooh, Nirvana or Alice in Chains? Do you like Zoom products? No. Their mobile recorder is nice. H4n, I believe it's called. Just saw your video with your dual rector. Any other gear you're on the used for? Not really. Favorite new YouTube guitarist? I have no idea. I don't follow YouTube guitarists. Sorry. What kind of picks do I use? I've just switched to the Tortex Flex Triangles. These guys. Ah, I dropped it. These guys. These guys are incredible. So I had a few of these at NAMM. I went over to grab some picks, and Brian Kehoe said, hey, just try these, see what you think. And I used them for some of the Ernie Ball demos. I loved them. They were in my pocket on tour. So I death grip the pick when we're playing a show, and like my pointer fingernail, as you can see, is worn down to the nail bed on this side from me picking, and the strings just shaving off my nail. With the Flex Triangle, it's not a pointy, it's like a Jazz 3 end, or Flex, or like a Oltex end. There's still some give, but I feel like I can have more leverage because of my giant thumb has more surface area. Therefore, I can squeeze and grip less hard, but still get the same amount of attack, if that makes sense. I have to work less hard, basically. I love it. I love these picks. I have a whole shitload of them coming with the Dragged Under logo on it. Have I ever heard of Alice Cooper? Yes, of course. What's up, Fluff? Way to kill it on tour. Baltimore show was gnarly. Thank you. Yes, Baltimore show was gnarly. What's your favorite finish on a Gibson Les Paul? Tobacco Burst. EVH Stealth 50 watt. You pumped or no difference? I would like to try it, because I think the EL34 50 watt is the king of those 50 watts. But I want to try it. Is Pod Farm worth the purchase? Nope. Old and outdated, my friend. How many IRs per cab do you get with the ML IRs? Oh, you get shitloads. You get a lot. What's my dream amp? Soldano SLO 100 Mark II. The new version, which I am getting. What's your thoughts on Polyphia's unique style? It's good. It's fun to listen to, and they incorporate melody like a lot of instrumental bands do not. Excuse me. Bronchitis. Why the move from Balaguer to Music Man? I wanted to change. My band had fallen apart. Dragged Under, what would become Dragged Under, had just started. I wanted something fresh. And I was kind of over the giant, hard to travel with guitars. Do you enjoy setting up a new studio? Not really. I mean, kind of. It stresses me out when all the stuff is like, sitting in a pile and you have to set it up. But it's kind of cathartic, I guess. So is Orange Amps taking a back seat for now? So for the used tour, we were on Rev cabs because Orange dropped the ball and we needed cabs. Going forward, we'll be using Orange cabs. Not amps, though. We're still on Helix. But we're all Orange cabs. I mean, we've had Orange cabs. Don't give the whole internet coronavirus. That's all we have left at this point. Yeah, shut up, Logan. You missed it at the very beginning of... At the very beginning of the stream, I explained that since I got off a tour, I've had... I went to the doctor, and I had really bad bronchitis. And it will last up to 3 weeks. I'm in week 2. I'm way better than I was last week. Last week I was legit fucked up. Any interest in the new Pod HD stuff? Oh, the new Pod. Yeah, I have a preset in it. I think it's great. It's cheap too. Thoughts on Rabia's new signature models? I love them. Anything Rabia, I back. Are 100 watt amps dying? Yes and no. Jared Cruiser. Hello, sir. Andrew Bana, what's up, dude? Dude, I got the Kitus. What's your opinion on the new Fit for King single? I love it. I love Fit for King. I have so much work to do. I have so many videos. I have literally probably 3 dozen videos to do. Kyle, thank you for the super chat. His question is, have you ever used an HM2 setting on the Helix? Debating getting one, but I need an HM2 for my band. I have not. And I don't know that I would. Any digital version of something like an HM2 could potentially be really, really good because the HM2 sounds so horribly awful that it sounds awesome. With all the gain, everything up on 10, sounds sick. I think the Helix or the Fractal could possibly replicate that pretty good. Jason wants to know, how old am I? I am 39. Are you guys hoping to have live drums on the next DU record? That's the only thing that slightly irks me about the album. We will be having live drums on the next album. Hey man, sorry it irks you. Time is money. Didn't stop the album from charting though. When are we gonna see? When are we gonna see the new vids of the new Music Man guitar? Soon. How do you know Ben Eller? Ben Eller big dicked me at NAMM one year. I said, "Hey Ben, I'm a huge fan," and he walked right the fuck past me and didn't even acknowledge me. That's true. That's a true story. He claims he didn't hear me, although he looked right the fuck at me. A year later, we hugged. So, that's how I know Ben. Also, Ben asked me, he's always blowing my phone up, asking me hilarious questions like, okay, I want like 8 inputs on an interface, but I don't want to spend more than $20. Like, what can I get? Like, he's one of those guys. And then he'll buy like an EVH 5150 and then not even plug it in and just continue using his Kemper. He's a weird guy. What games have I been playing on Xbox? I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 5. As weird as that sounds. Thickness I picked. This is a 0.88 green. It's like a green Tortex. How did you meet Phil from Of Mice and Men? Instagram. Guitar Nerdery. I am all Mac, sir. What are you using to run your recording software? PC or Mac? I am all Mac. Where are you at with the signature Ernie Ball? That is all on Ernie Ball. I don't think they're... I don't... What ML IR soundback pairs well with the 5153 EL34? The OS, oversized pack, is perfect. Do I chat with Bill Kelleher still? I do. Before I left for tour in December, so he's on the opposite side of the country from me. He's in Georgia or Atlanta, and 7 o'clock in the morning, I get this call, and I'm like, dude, who in the hell is calling me at 7 in the morning? I'm like, oh, clear. I'm like, oh, who the hell? And it's Bill. I hope he doesn't mind I'm telling the story. And so I pick it up. I roll out of bed. I walk in the other room. You know, my girlfriend's like, "What the? Is it important? Like, what's happening?" No, it's Bill. And I'm like, "Hello?" And I obviously sound like I just woke up. And he's like, "Oh, dude, I totally forgot that you're on the West Coast. I'm really sorry about it. I just woke you up. I'm really sorry about that." Anyway, I got this question about this thing on the Helix. On the setting when using a couple of amps, I'm just like, oh, dude, no, it's too early for tech support, dog. It's too early. It's too early. That's me and Bill's relationship in a nutshell. I do maintain my own guitars. What about Jay? And will he ever play again? Jay Junger? He'll never play again, man. Thank you for the kind words, Rob. I don't know why I point. Point. Thoughts on Gibson 2020? They're making good stuff, man. They're making good guitars, which is being overshadowed by their stupid litigious asses. Did you keep and use any of the amp switchers you've had over the years? No, I sent most of them back. What drum software did you use for the Drayton Under record? It was Get Good Halpern, the OG kit, I believe. You have to ask Matt Good. He mixed it. What do I think about Trivium? I love Trivium. No, I didn't. I did not see Bill piss in a can on a live stream. What? Did he really? Who are being litigious asses? Gibson are. Oh, thank you for the kind words, Sergio. What do you hope comes from Jerry Cantrell now that he is with Gibson? Do you think he'll put out a signature model with him? Maybe. I could definitely see them doing like a white Les Paul custom with all the cheetah burns from his crack pipe back in the day. I'm not being funny. That's literally from his crack pipe back in the day. Or his torch that he used with his crack pipe. You started a bourbon testing YouTube channel? Wow, that sounds cool. Spurzle or Schaller? Schaller. Spurzels are really good, though. How do you make a living in music? What brings in the most money, i.e. YouTube or touring? It's a combination of multiple things. The sponsored videos, sponsored by Skillshare. Those, combined with the AdSense, combined with things like touring. I don't have a lot of merch sales, but I'll have some other stuff coming up. Passive income is what helps most. How do I approach Ernie Ball for an endorsement? They approached me. Tim hit me up. Hip shot tuners are super sick too. Godos are good. On the Helix Hour live stream? Holy shit. Top thing to buy for YouTube channel. Good lighting. Speaking of Trivium, have you heard the Catastrophist? Whatever. The new song. Yes, it's awesome. Favorite guitar store in the Seattle area? The Guitar Store in Seattle on Aurora. The Hopo. Thank you for the super chat. His question is, did you ever demo the Boss TAE? I don't know what that is. I'm literally gonna Google that right now. Oh, tube amp expander. That also recently arrived. It's coming. I have it. It's not even out of the box yet. I played with it extensively at the Tom Morello Revolution camp. It's amazing. How do you fix the blue channel on your EVH? What's wrong with the blue channel? I am playing a Schecter. This is a Mark III Keith Merrow guitar. This is brand new. This is a very, very nice guitar. Feels great. Feels like a sports car. How does the amp modeling in the Pod Go compare to the HX Stomp? They're both Helix based, so it's very, very similar. Keith is badass. Favorite Ghost song? Faith or Mummy Dust? I have a Banshee too. They sent me a Banshee, reverse headstock Banshee. That's super sick. Yeah, I don't know what these tuners are, to be honest with you. They're Hipshot. Hipshot tuners. Keith and Loomis need to jam again. They are jamming again. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, though. Why do you use the Helix Live instead of the Fractal? The Fractal is too complicated to mess with on the fly live without a laptop. Also, I'm a Line 6 artist, so I can call up Line 6 and go, hey, there's something wrong with my controller, and they'll overnight me a new whatever, cable, controller, Helix if I need. I'm actually supported by them, which I am not with Fractal, and that's worth a lot, but at the end of the day, I'll get to where I need to go tonally, and everyone in the crowd, they're not sitting there going, this guitar tone could be better if it was a Fractal. They don't care, and therefore neither do I. How's the Schecter setup out of the box? Honestly, amazing. I haven't had to do it normally. With most guitars, I tweak at least the action on the high E or something like that to my own personal taste. I haven't done any of that to this guitar. I have a preset on the new Pod Go. Nickelback, thumbs down. Dude, Nickelback is fucking sick. I don't have the Gibson RDs here. They're in storage. I'm sorry. I do not have corona. I have bronchitis. The tail end of a bronchitis thing. I had bronchitis from the very end of tour. Do you get to keep the guitars they send you? Most of the time, no. I think Keith did ask them to let me keep this, though. Because he's a nice boy. It's not a corona cough. I already went to the doctor. It's all good. Also, I had this before the corona thing outbreak happened. So, thoughts on the Lima Leah RD? It's awesome. Why do you only play Ernie Ball basses? Thoughts on the Ibanez basses? I only play Ernie Ball basses because I'm an Ernie Ball music man endorsee. And that's what I have. And I love them. Ibanez basses are great, though. Sound Gear stuff, classic. Did Line 6 tell you, please play our Yamaha guitars? They did not. Alright, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Been on this thing for an hour. Plenty of questions answered. New video will be out Wednesday. I'm going to dial in a Helix patch from scratch. That's what we're going to do. I heart you. And be well, be safe, be smart. I love you all. And I will see you later. Fluff out.